catching tonight, Trace Burchard, as the first pitch into Ian Farrow is a strike at the knees. Farrow swings it right-handed. He batting .316 this season, also making his 42nd start of the year, and he fouls a fastball straight back into the netting to make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, got him on a breaking ball, and there is the 88th strikeout of the season for Mason Adams, the A-Sun leader in strikeouts on the season. Entered tonight's game tied for 11th in the country in Ks. So here is Joe Kinker with the bases empty and 2 outs in this top of the first inning. Kinker, another righty bat. Adams fires and gets a strike called on the inner half to begin the AB. Kinker batting .289 this year, but a big power hitter, slugging .616, the 0-1. And he chops it up the middle. The shift is on. Fielded by Pacheco. Didn't have to move behind the bag at second base. And he throws on to first in plenty of time for out number 3. Adams sits down the Eagles in order in the first. First wraps up coming for Jacksonville when we return. Chase Malloy, Jonah Diaz, Christian Coypel lead it off. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner. Bottom of the first inning, no score yet between Jacksonville and FGCU. Dolphins facing off against the right-hander Jason Woodward here tonight. Woodward making his 11th start of the season. He has thrown 55 innings so far this season, the sophomore right-hander. 47 hits allowed. His ERA 3.60, opponents hitting .233 off of him, 53 strikeouts to just 23 walks on the year. Woodward is a 6'1", 180-pound right-hander from Titusville High School, a Titusville Terrier.
All right, fans, let's hear it leading off.
And he makes his second start of the season against Jacksonville, and he faces Chase Malloy to lead things off. Malloy enters tonight's game, making his 37th start of the season. One of 2 Dolphins to start every game this season, along with Blake DeLameler, who is hitting in the 4-hole here this evening. And we have a couple of delays here to start things off. They were getting a wristband or something from Woodward, and now they're checking the baseball that Woodward was set to start pitching with to see if maybe he used that device on his wrist to maybe doctor the baseball a little bit there, but it passes the inspection of home plate umpire Mike Cheek, and the first pitch, a fastball low to begin things to Chase Malloy. Malloy, Jonah Diaz, Christian Coypel due up here in the first. Woodward works first base side of the rubber and comes home with the 1-0 and misses low again, 2-0. All right, 1-1. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and that makes it 1-2 to Malloy. Chase trying to get on base like he did last weekend. Set the table a lot for the Dolphins against Kennesaw State. JU was able to hit well, score a lot of runs, but gave up double-digit runs in 2 losses to KSU. A grounder to the left side that is backhanded in foul territory by Alejandro Figueiredo. And we'll do it again. Malloy, slightly open stance, right side, awaits another 1-2 pitch and swings and misses at a big overhand breaking ball and is a strikeout victim to start the first inning.
Number 9, Jonah Diaz.
So here is Jonah Diaz, who got the day off last Sunday, so hasn't played in 5 days. He had a tough weekend last weekend at KSU. He hit in the 2-hole on Friday night, went 0-for-3 with a walk, and then came back sliding down in the order to the 6th spot of the order, went 0-for-5 in that game, a Dolphin win, and he takes low, ball 1 to begin. But Diaz, after 5 days off, refreshed hopefully here, the freshman ready to get it rolling for Jacksonville in the first. Base is empty, 1 out. The 1-0 from Woodward. And he goes to a changeup and locates on the outside edge for a strike. Woodward threw 5 innings in the first matchup between these two teams this year. Both starters lasted just 5 on that Friday night down in Fort Myers. 1-1. Breaking ball that stays out. 2-1 in favor of Diaz. Woodward allowed 3 runs, 2 earned on 5 hits. Struck out 6, struck out 4, walked 6 in that outing, and 3 wild pitches. Diaz takes a pitch in on the hands, sprays it the opposite way, and it lands into the terrace seats. A foul ball makes it 2-2. Base is empty, 1 out, the 2-2. Fastball that is sent the other way again. And again headed for the terrace, and that one lands right on top of the roof of the CP Cost Pavilion. 2 balls, 2 strikes here on Diaz. Woodward, a strikeout already under his belt, his 54th of the season. Certainly respectable, not quite to the number that Mason Adams has put up with 88 now on the year. 2-2 pitch again. It's a fastball high, full count. It was a high-scoring Friday night game down at Fort Myers back on the 25th of March. Final score was 9-7. A lot of scoring early, 6 runs in the first 2 innings. 3-2 pitch, and Diaz strikes out looking on a fastball in the inner half. And Woodward has back-to-back Ks here to start things.
Christian Coypel.
2 outs, and the bases are empty for Christian Coypel. He went 5 for 5 on Saturday at Kennesaw State in Jacksonville's 10-6 win. Drove in 4 runs, singled 3 times, doubled once, homered once, a triple short of the cycle in that game. First pitch he sees, and the lefty takes a fastball in the inner half for a strike. He followed that up with his 10th home run of the year on Sunday, his lone hit in that series finale, and he becomes the first Dolphin since Angel Camacho in 2019 with double-digit jacks in a season. 0-1 here to Coypel, and he takes down and in, ball one. With his performance last weekend, the slugging percentage up to .500 for Coypel on the year, the average up to .261. Bases empty, 2 outs in the bottom of the first, no score, 1-1. Breaking ball stays up and out. Coypel steps out for a moment, now back in, tapping the plate twice with the end of the bat. He's got a hitter's count here, 2-1. The pitch. And he rips one right side, but a nice diving stop made down at second base by Logan Sartori. Up to his feet, throws on time, and the Dolphins also down in order in the first. Both sides face the minimum through one. We are scoreless as we head to the second. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner. The start of this three-game set between Jacksonville and FGCU. Two teams next to each other in the standings, though the Eagles have a 4-game lead on Jacksonville entering tonight's game. Mason Adams. Back out to the bump here to start the second. He faces Alejandro Figueiredo. And the right-handed swinging third baseman slices the first pitch he sees foul straight back. Figueiredo hitting .388. Memorably hit his lone triple of the season, his lone triple of his career against Jacksonville, the first time these two teams faced each other. And that pitch misses low for ball one. 1-1 to Figueiredo. All four guys at the top of the lineup for FGCU have been stalwarts for the Eagles this season, starting all 42 games for the Eagles. A breaking ball in the inner half, ruled to have missed, now 2-1. Figueiredo has been certainly hot at times this season. And he takes low again. It is ball three. 3-1. Last time these two teams faced off, Mason Adams, as we mentioned in the last half inning, lasted just 5 innings. He really battled through those 5 innings as well. 3-1 pitch downstairs. And a leadoff walk to Figueiredo. And that's the first base runner of the night for either team.
Rodriguez.
Here's Alejandro Rodriguez catching tonight for FGCU. Alejandro's back-to-back in the lineup for the Eagles. Runner at first, no one out. Adams allowed 4 runs on 8 hits. His lone time pitching against the Eagles this season. Struck out 5, walked 3. And he locates with a slider at the knees to start the at-bat. And that one lined out into center field, but Ridley, darting to his left, settles underneath and makes the catch for out number 1. Struck well, but not quite well enough by Rodriguez. And Figueredo holds at first with now 1 out. Harrison Povey, left-handed swinging right fielder, climbs in. 3:08 on the season in his 40th start of the year. Povey, a freshman from Indian Rocks Beach, Florida, has been very good for the Eagles this year in his first year in an FGCU uniform. And he swings at the first pitch and taps it foul right side. The 5 strikeouts against FGCU back on March 25th, that is a season low for Mason Adams. The 5 innings pitched, coincidentally, is the second fewest innings he has pitched this year. He only threw 4 2/3 against High Point in the opener due to pitch count watch. He threw 88 pitches in that outing, but it struck out 10. 0-1 pitch is fouled off to the left side. It's part of 3 straight outings to begin the season in which he rung up double-digit strikeouts. He has 1 since then. It was against Stetson here at home the last time he pitched on this mound when he went 7 1/3 a little over 2 weeks ago. 0-2 pitch, lifted in the air out toward left field. A couple of steps in for Diaz, waiting for it. Reaches up, makes the catch. 2 outs here in the second. Figueredo still at first.
For Florida Gulf Coast designated hitter, number 9, Stephen Wilmer.
And here is Stephen Wilmer DHing here tonight. Wilmer, the switch hitter, batting left-handed against the right-handed throwing Mason Adams. His average down to 194 now this year as he digs in to start and grounds the first one foul right side. Wilmer, the junior from Sarasota. Had a couple of hits the first time around against Jacksonville. 2-1 for 4 outings. He grooves that one out to right field. A couple of steps back for DeLameler, but he has it for out number 3. So the leadoff man reaches on a walk, Figueredo, but 3 straight flyouts to all 3 outfield spots, and the threat without allowing him to advance into scoring position. We head to the home half of the first. No score yet between Jacksonville and FGCU. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner. Blake DeLamiler leading off the bottom of the second inning for Jacksonville. No score yet between Jacksonville and FGCU. DeLamiler going high-cuffed pants here tonight. Not a look we see him rock very often, showing off the green socks. Dolphins in the all-white here on Friday night at home, as per tradition. FGCU countering in the 80s era pullover jerseys, blue with gray pants. First pitch from Jason Woodward, and that is a called strike on the outside edge, working a slider away from the right-handed swinging DeLamiler. It's Blake DeLamiler, Tommy Joseph, the DH, and Trace Burchard due up here this inning for Jacksonville. The 0-1. Another breaking ball, and that one is squirted foul right side. DeLamiler's average dipping down to 268. Entering today's game, a regular in the Jacksonville lineup this season has started all 37 games for the Dolphins in a variety of outfield spots. 0-2 pitch, and another breaking ball, and that is fouled out of play to the right side. DeLamiler had a hit in every game against the Eagles earlier this year. Finished with 4 on the weekend. 0-2 pitch is a fastball upstairs. 4-1. His best night was that Friday night win in which he went 2 for 5, 1 for 4 each of the next 2 games. Drew a walk once. Racked up a couple of stolen bases. 1-2 pitch, and he skies one high left side. Backpedaling into foul territory, Figueredo gives way to the shortstop, Bobby Head, who reaches up and makes the catch right at the edge of foul territory for out number 1.
Dolphins designated hitters, number 26, Tommy Joseph.
Here's Tommy Joseph. Nobody on. 1 out in the bottom of the second, scoreless. Joseph, the switch-hitting designated hitter, bats left-handed. First pitch here from the righty Woodward, and it's a slider at the thighs for a strike. Tommy had maybe his best weekend of the year last weekend. A sensational Saturday in which he had 3 extra base hits, 2 doubles, and a home run. Followed that up on Sunday with a pair of base hits again, went 2 for 5 as a fastball misses low to even the count of 1-1. So Joseph sliding up in the order a little bit here today, batting 5th for Jacksonville. He awaits the 1-1 from Woodward. Here it comes. And he chases a changeup away, tipping it into the mitt of the catcher Rodriguez. 1-2. Dolphins haven't put many balls seriously in play so far yet here today. A ground ball hit pretty well by Coypel with a nice stop made by Sartori and a pop-up. There's a flare left side foul. Look out. Fans ducking out of the way of that one that went screaming right over the top of the protective netting. And with that tail spin on it fading away from Joseph, it kind of arced straight down and almost hit a couple of fans over there. Another 1-2 here to Tommy Joseph. Another breaking ball, and he deposits that one to the left side and out of play. The average up to 266 for Joseph, and this is 19th start of the year. Played 2 games out in left field last weekend due to some injuries and some shifting of various positions in the lineup for Jacksonville. 1-2 again. It's a fastball away to even the count. No one on, no score yet. Jacksonville and FGCU on this Friday night opener. 2-2. Breaking ball, tap foul right side. So a good long at-bat here by Tommy Joseph.
Everybody clap your hands.
Joseph stepped out for a moment. Now he's back in. And Woodward sets and deals. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase a fastball away. Tardy on it. Third strikeout of the ball game for Jason Woodward is the second out
Catcher number 19,
of the inning. Woodward already one strikeout shy of his game total against Jacksonville last time out. Here's Trace Burchard with the bases empty and 2 outs. First pitch, and he runs it outside to the right-handed swinging Burchard, 1-0. Woodward has gone at least 6 innings in each of his last 2 outings after sort of a rough patch there in the middle of the season, starting with just a 3-inning start against Stetson on the 18th of March is 1-0. And Burchard pops it out of play to the right side. 1-1. He went 3 innings at Stetson, lasted just 3 on 37 pitches, but he was pulled early because of weather in that one. Jacksonville, just 5 innings, went 5 2/3 against Kennesaw State, 3 2/3 at Liberty. 1-1 pitch is in for a strike, a breaking ball in the outer half. But then went 6 1/3 in a win against UNF, allowing just 1 earned run on 6 hits with 5 strikeouts. 6 2/3 against Stetson last weekend, and earning another win in which he gave up 3 runs on 6 hits with 3 strikeouts and 3 walks. 1-2 here to Burchard, and it's a breaking ball up. Slider stayed out to Burchard, even count, bases empty, 2 outs. Dolphins yet to get a base runner here in this one, trying to break up the rhythm that Jason Woodward is in. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, elevated a heater, and he has 4 strikeouts through 2 innings. And the Dolphins have yet to get on base against him. We are through 2, no score. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball. From Van Wagner. Scoreless through 2. We head to the top of the third. 8-9-1 in the FGCU order coming to the plate. Logan Sartori, the second baseman, leading it off as the Eagle middle infield gets a chance to swing it for the first time here today. Sartori hitting .242 in his 19th start of the season. He swings it right-handed, slightly open stance, and the first pitch he sees, a fastball misses inside. 4-1. So far just 1 has reached against Mason Adams for Jacksonville. It was a leadoff walk last inning. And just the 17th man walked this season by Mason, who comes right back and locates at the knees with a fastball for a strike. Bobby Head on deck, and then the top of the order, Brian Ellis. After that, 1-1 pitch. And he runs a slider down and outside. Sartori checked his swing on it. Ground ball, foul, left side. And it makes it a 2-2 count here on Sartori. He's a Texas A&M transfer, a graduate student who played a couple of years at Hutchinson Community College, 2 years for the Aggies, reaches down and grounds one foul left side again. A Nebraska native, from Lincoln. Played just one game against Jacksonville in the first matchup of the year that Friday night. He rips one down the left field line. This one is carrying toward the foul pole, and it is a foul ball by less than a foot. Sartori that close to his second home run of the year, a guy who has just 2 extra base hits this season, 1 double, 1 homer. Sartori's fouled off a handful, and he gets back in there now. 2-2 again. Adams deals, and Sartori rips one down to left field on the run. Diaz makes a catch. He was headed toward the left center gap, and Diaz runs that one down, got a good jump.
Eagles shortstop.
And there is one out here in the inning.
Bobby Head.
Out of the outs recorded by Mason Adams so far here in the game, 1 strikeout, 1 ground out. All the rest have been flyouts. Here is Bobby Head, the last man to come to the plate for the first time for FGCU here in this ballgame. The big right-handed swinging shortstop is tardy on a low fastball to begin the at-bat, 0-1. Head, the preseason All-A-Sun selection, a first-team All-OVC selection a year ago at Austin Peay. A graduate transfer who takes inside with the heater to even the count at 1. Has previous experience against Jacksonville, having faced them his freshman season back in 2019, when the Dolphins traveled up to Clarksville, Tennessee. A long, long bus ride, I do remember. 1-1 pitch. And Head floats one down the right field line. Long run for DeLamiler, loses his hat and runs out of room as that one lands beyond the visiting bullpen down the right field line, a foul ball. 1-2 here to Head. Bases empty, 1 out. Adams kicks and deals. 1-2 pitch is grounded right up the middle. Again, the shift on with the right-hander up, and it's right at Pacheco, who is positioned behind the bag at second base. And he fields it without barely having to move. Throws on to first, and Head is retired.
Gulf Coast, center fielder,
a couple of 4-3 putouts that were registered on the shortstop side of the bag. Back to the top of the order, and Brian Ellis flew out to left field his first time up. The lefty Ellis watches the first pitch. Fastball missed down and in, ball 1. The 1-0. Swung on and missed, and that evens the count. Chasing down in the dirt. Eagles coming off of the weekend sweep last weekend at home over Stetson. Eagles a perfect 6-0 against the Hatters this year, sweeping them up at Melching Field in DeLand back in mid-March before getting them again last weekend. 1-1. Fastball misses high. They dropped their midweek contest 6-4 at FAU after beating the Owls at home the week before 5-1. The 2-1 pitch here to Ellis. And there's a fastball in the inner half for a strike. Eagles have dropped just 2 conference series all year, at home against North Florida, April 14th through 16th, and were swept on the road at the beginning of the month at Liberty. A breaking ball buried in the dirt, taken by Ellis, full count. First full count worked against Mason Adams here this evening. Adams at 35 pitches here as he tries to end the third. He delivers, payoff pitch, and he hit Ellis. Ran a fastball too far in and hit him on the leg, and Brian Ellis is hit for the 20th time this season.
Now batting Florida Gulf Coast left fielder, Ian Farrow.
This is a team that knows how to get on base. They are second in the nation in hit by pitches with 86 as a team coming into tonight's game, only trailing Purdue by 2. And they may be one closer now after Ellis is hit with 2 outs to extend the inning. First pitch swinging, Ian Farrow chasing down and in, strike 1. Farrow 0 for 1 tonight, the lone strikeout victim of Mason Adams this evening. And Adams, curiously enough, has struggled with the strikeouts against FGCU on the road in Fort Myers, but he racked up a ton the last time these two teams faced off here in this ballpark. He had 12 strikeouts back on May 8th last season. Foul ball down the line right side, and it's 0-2 here on Farrow. Well, Adams looking for his second strikeout of the ball game and trying to do it against Farrow twice. Runner at first, 2 outs, no score in the top of the third. The pitch, and a tapper foul left side. Ellis at first establishes his lead. FGCU, not a team that runs a whole lot. 0-2 pitch, and that one sailed off of the backstop, fielded by Burchard. He looks to second, but ends up not throwing down there. And a wild pitch allows the runner to move into scoring position with 2 outs. FGCU just 18 steals this year. Counter that with Jacksonville, who has over 70 on the season now, 72. Adams humming along. Hits Brian Ellis in a full count. Now allows him to move into scoring position. A wild pitch to make it 1-2 here on Farrow. Trying to put away Ian Farrow. And now our third base umpire, Craig Meir, is having a chat with Mason Adams about, I believe, how he is coming set. And here comes head coach Chris Hayes. He is asking for an explanation as well. So Craig Meir demonstrating what Adams was doing there. And he's kind of sort of showing where the set is and what the potential issue may be. Mason's not a guy that in his entire career has ever had an issue with the way he has come set. He's not a quick pitch guy. I don't think that Coach Hayes is particularly pleased with the explanation he is getting here. And Adams is now sort of tapping his leg with the baseball. And now Meir is pointing a finger at Hayes, and they're both continuing this discussion, which has taken a couple of minutes here now. And now here comes home plate umpire Mike Cheek, and he is trying to break it up. And a couple of parting shots here from Coach Hayes to Craig Meir, and he's back for a little bit more. And now Muir has turned his back. He is trotting out towards second base. Now he turns and fires a few shots back right as he comes set. And we'll see who this affects in a negative manner, the man at the plate, Ian Farrow, or maybe Mason Adams. The good news for Mason, or at least in my opinion, not really a guy that really gets flustered by much, if anything. He is as even-keeled as they come on this team. A strike here would be great, just to send this drama. 1-2 pitch. He buries it in the dirt, blocked by Burchard. Farrow lays off. 2-2 here to Ian Farrow with a runner at second and 2 outs in the top of the third. Scoreless game, and Mason Adams and the Dolphins trying to keep it that way. Coach Hayes is still ranting and raving down in the dugout, now to his coaching staff. Arms crossed. 2-2 here from Adams. And a ground ball right at Grabsky at third. He is up with it, throws on to first in time, and the final out of the inning. Strands a man in scoring position for the first time tonight and keeps this game knotted up at 0. We head to the bottom of the third. No score yet. Jacksonville bringing the bottom third of the order to the lineup when we return. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner. We head to the bottom of the third inning. No score yet. Jacksonville, FGCU, Friday night. Sun setting here on a beautiful night for baseball at John Sessions Stadium. First pitch into Jesus Pacheco from Jason Woodward, a strike. Pacheco thought it was high. Home plate umpire Mike Cheek says that was letter high. And Alejandro Figueredo at third was crept in really close, anticipating a potential bunt from Pacheco to start things off. Now he retreats back to the edge of the infield grass. And Pacheco takes what may have been a makeup call there on a low outside corner pitch called ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Pacheco. Bottom third of the order here for Jacksonville in the third. Jason Woodward has faced the minimum through 2. 1-1 pitch. Pacheco watches a breaking ball miss low. Jackson Grabsky on deck. Cam Ridley in the hole. The pitch. And that is a fastball down and away. Pacheco trying to get on base and end this streak of 6 in a row, retired by Woodward to start the ball game. (3-1). And Pacheco flies it foul to the right side and out of play, full count. Next pitch for Woodward, his 40th of the ball game as he works here in the bottom of the third inning. He has racked up 4 strikeouts thus far. A ground out and a pop out. 3-2, and another foul ball off to the right side. Pacheco, productive weekend last weekend, trying to build off of that. Another payoff pitch, and he flares one down the right field line. Long run out in right field for Povey, but he can't get there in time. It lands foul by about 1.5 feet. Pacheco had a tough day on Sunday, but before that, he drove in a pair of runs in Saturday's win as part of a 1-for-3 day in which he scored a pair of runs as well. And then he drove in 2 on Friday night in which he went 3 for 4. Another payoff pitch, and Pacheco, ground ball straight up the middle, off of the bag at second into shallow right field. And a leadoff single for Jesus Pacheco. That was like pinball out there. Looked like Bobby Head, the shortstop, had a chance at it as he was ranging behind the bag at second base, ready to try and make a play. But once it kicked off the right side of the bag, it just pinged right over to the right side, past Sartori and into shallow right. And Pacheco finds himself on. 36th hit of the year for Pacheco and the first base runner of the game for Jacksonville. Here's Grabsky. Woodward working out of the stretch for the first time tonight, and he misses with a breaking ball low to start. Jacksonville trying to strike first. Here at home, 1-0 pitch, runner goes, and the pitch is fouled back, a high fastball. 1-1 here on Grabsky, who started Friday and Sunday last week. Still dealing with that nagging wrist injury. Something he dealt with last year, got fixed in the offseason, re-aggravated at FAMU in a collision at first base last month. Breaking ball hit up the middle, Head diving, knocks it down, is able to shovel it from his stomach onto second base to Sartori and forces out Pacheco for the first out of the inning. A nice play by Bobby Head, and that's a little bit of why you like to have a 6'6" shortstop out there, a guy who can lay out and use his body to block it almost like a hockey goaltender. Though Head appears to be in a little bit of discomfort out there at short now. He's got the glove off. He's shaking that left arm. Here's Cam Ridley. Runner at first. Grabsky, after reaching on the fielder's choice, a throw over to check on him. He is back in safely. Grabsky on the season, a perfect 8 for 8 in stolen bases. He stole just 2 bases all of last year. But this Jacksonville team is making the running game a much more significant part of its repertoire this season. First pitch to Ridley, and he takes at the top of the zone for a strike. Cam has been on base in 11 straight games that he has played in. His on-base percentage up to .355, the batting average to .218 as he watches a breaking ball miss down and outside. Had a 6-game hit streak snapped last weekend. Missed the Friday game, but started on Saturday and Sunday. Finished the weekend with 3 hits, including an RBI single on Sunday, when the Dolphins were trying to rally late. And did do some damage or cut away at that deficit before ultimately falling 12-7. 1-1 pitch, flied foul right side. No score, bottom of the third. Runner at first, 1 out for Jacksonville. Eagles have had a pair of base runners, 1 in scoring position. Jacksonville has yet to move a man into scoring position. Woodward creeping toward 50 pitches here on the night. Another 1-2, and he runs a slider outside. 2-2 misses down and away. Full count to Cam Ridley. Dolphins, hey, a walk here, just as good of a hit. Get a couple of guys on and a man in scoring position. And they throw to check on Grabsky, who they think may be on the move in a 3-2 count. Runner goes, payoff pitch, lifted in the air, out into right center field, and coming over to make the catch, Ellis hauls it in. Grabsky had to put on the brakes about 3/4 of the way and beat a hasty retreat back to first. The fly out is the second out of the inning, and we're back to the top of the order in Chase Malloy for the second time here tonight after he struck out his first time up. Runner goes, pitches outside for a ball throw, down to second, and Grabsky is gunned out by Rodriguez, whose leading throw went right into the glove of Sartori, standing in front of the bag at second base, who was waiting for Grabsky. So, for the first time all year, Jackson Grabsky caught stealing, and that ends the inning. We head to the fourth, scoreless between Jacksonville and FGCU. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner. Zero, a third of the way through this Friday night affair, Jacksonville and FGCU, as darkness continues to settle over John Sessions Stadium on a cool, breezy night here at the ballpark. In late April, the final weekend of April play, we actually do roll the calendar over on Sunday for a May Day contest to conclude this series. Joe Kinker, 0 for 1 today with a ground out to second base, leads it off against Mason Adams. First pitch, well inside, and that caught a large chunk of Mike Cheek behind the plate. I think it got him right there on the arm, as Trace Bircher didn't do him any favors by not catching the pitch. Trainer Bo Owens striding out, as is head coach Chris Hayes, to take a look at the left forearm of Mike Cheek. Man, we've had an adventurous night for the boys in blue. And Bo is now squeezing the forearm a little bit, checking to see if maybe he just has a bruise there. He's flexing the hand some, shaking it out, trying to walk it off
Once again, fans, your Jacksonville Dolphins will be home tomorrow night here at John Sessions Stadium. Game 2 of a 3-game series against the Florida Gulf Coast University Eagles.
And all 3 umpires still over there talking to Bo. Everybody seems to be smiling, and they're ready to get back on their way. Burchard took a moment to go out to the mound to chat with Adams, buying a free mound visit. Coypel joining him out there. So the count is 1-0 as the first pitch missed inside, and Burchard missed it, and it hit Mike Cheek square on the left forearm. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Adams misses low with a heater. He walked the leadoff man in the 4th. That was Alejandro Figueiredo, who, coincidentally enough, is standing on deck right now. 2-0. That's a fastball at the bottom of the zone, ruled to have missed. Adams 1 strikeout, 1 walk on 45 pitches here tonight as he works into the 4th. Adams delivers, and there is a strike 1 called at the knees. (3-1) down and away, and the second walk issued by Adams here this evening.
Batting for the Eagles, third baseman Alejandro Figueiredo.
So the second walk issued by Adams here tonight. His most walks in a game this season, 3, twice. One of those at FGCU back on March the 25th. Here is Figueiredo, who drew that first free pass of the evening to lead off the second inning. He was stranded at first. Runner at first, nobody out. First pitch slider is belted out to deep left field. Diaz back to the wall and watches it clear. A 2-run home run for Alejandro Figueiredo, his 8th of the year in FGCU. Strikes first, leading 2-0 here in the 4th. Figueiredo drives in his 43rd and 44th runs of the year as part of an offensive juggernaut that is FGCU. They have 5 guys in their lineup tonight who have over 40 driven in this season. Jacksonville does not have a single player with 40 RBI on the year. Though Christian Coypel is close, he's just 3 shy. Base is empty, 1 out, and Rodriguez drops down a bunt. Barehanded by Grabsky, but no chance to make a throw. And Alejandro Rodriguez with a bunt single. And the first 3 men
now batting
have reached here against Mason Adams in the 4th. Rodriguez with his first hit of the night, and here is Harrison Povey. Runner at first, still no one out. The lefty Povey 0 for 1, flying out to left field his first time up. And the first pitch, a changeup away for ball 1. Another changeup. This one fouled off by Povey, makes it a ball and a strike. Rodriguez at first does not have a steal this year, 0 for 1. But this is a team that's built a little more in the Earl Weaver style, right? They'll get a couple guys on and play for the 2-run home run. The 1-1 in at the letters for a strike. And that's where you sit there and you go when you're playing down at Swanson Stadium, a ballpark that is built for the ball to fly out a little bit better, and it's just a tough matchup. You hope here at home with the taller walls and the deeper walls that you keep a few more in the yard. Povey, did he go around on the slider on the inner half? They're appealing, and they say he held up. So it's 2-2 now to Povey. It was very close to being a strike called, very close to being a strike swinging, and ended up being neither, as Povey was indeed fooled badly by the pitch. Foul ball knocked straight back. Adams is allowed now a team-high 6 home runs this season. 2-2. Change up, down and away. Full count here to Povey, as Adams and the Dolphins still searching for that first out of the 4th. A walk, a homer, a bunt single, and a payoff pitch here to Povey. He deals. Where did that pitch miss? A fastball right down the heart of the plate.
Florida Gulf Coast designated.
And head coach Chris Hayes letting Mike Cheek know that that pitch was not a ball. And now Cheek warning the Jacksonville dugout. But it was a pretty bad call. So Harrison Povey with a gift heads down to first. 2 on, still no one out. And Mike Cheek not taking any cheek from Coach Hayes. So here comes Stephen Wilmer. We'll see if Jacksonville can now get that long-awaited first out of the inning. Wilmer 0 for 1 today with a fly out to right his first time up. 2 on, no one out. Wilmer squaring to bunt. And he takes a strike as he pulls the bat back. On a pitch that was very clearly on the outside edge, Wilmer shaking his head, did not agree with it. Wilmer not showing a sign of bunt now here this time. Down on the count 0-1. Now he turns around to square as Adams comes set. The pitch, and he pushes it down the line third base side, and it lands foul. Grabsky giving chase. Almost had a chance to catch that one on the fly. But it lands harmlessly foul and makes it 0-2, and we'll see if Wilmer continues to be asked to bunt here. 2 on, no one out. Oh, 2 pitch, and Wilmer strikes out swinging. So the second strikeout of the ball game for Mason Adams.
Florida Gulf Coast, second baseman, Logan Sartori.
Brings up Logan Sartori. I don't want to necessarily question that strategy, but this is a team that has 4 whole sacrifice hits all season coming into today, asking Stephen Wilmer to drop down a bunt, and he looked like a guy who had not been asked to sacrifice this season. As he took a pitch that was a strike, fouled one off, and then struck out swinging. But Jacksonville takes the out, and the first pitch to Sartori swung on and fouled back. In case you were wondering, Wilmer was not one of those 4 sacrifice hits this year. 2 on, 1 out. 2-0 FGCU in the top of the 4th inning. And here is the 0-1 to Sartori's 0 for 1. And he fouls an inside breaking ball back to the right side, and he falls behind 0-2. Eagles with their first 2 hits of the ballgame here this inning. It put on base runners via walk and a hit by pitch prior to this frame. And it all started with a walk as well, followed by the 2-run home run, the bunt single, and a walk, putting runners at first and second. 0-2, and a fastball missing high. Sartori no trouble laying off that one. Rodriguez at second, Povey at first. Adams trying to hold FGCU to just a 2 spot here in the 4th. The 1-2. And that is popped up right side, foul territory. Coypel running. Coypel diving and making a catch. Excellent play. And they called interference on Trace Burchard behind the plate. So all that for naught, and the bases are now loaded. Burchard hit on the swing. And Jacksonville cannot catch a break here this inning. So here comes pitching coach Jerry Edwards out to have a chat with Adams, who looks about as frustrated as we've seen him this year. And I say that, and he's not all that frustrated, but explains a little bit why the ball was popped up, because Sartori hit the glove of Burchard on the swing. And so the bases are loaded with just 1 out.
For the Eagles, shortstop, Bobby Head.
Bases loaded, 1 out. The mound visit ends, and the first pitch to Bobby Head, a slider outside, ball 1. And then Adams misses down and in, and it is 2-0 here to Head. Nowhere to put Bobby Head. And Adams has fallen behind a handful of hitters here in this inning, which has dogged him some and led to FGCU taking the lead. 2-0 pitch. There's a fastball that is ruled to have missed a little low. 3-0. It does not help. The bottom of the strike zone has disappeared here this inning as well. .3-0 right down Broadway for a strike. Bases loaded, 1 out, 3-1 pitch to Bobby Head. And it is fouled off to the right side, full count. Rodriguez at third. Povey at second. Sartori at first. Reaching on a bunt single, a walk, and a catcher's interference to load the bases. Payoff pitch. And another one right there at the bottom of the zone, called ball 4, and a bases loaded walk to Bobby Head, who again is 6'6" and whose strike zone is about a mile wide. And that makes it 3-0 FGCU.
Eagles center fielder Brian Ellis.
Bases still loaded with just 1 out. And Mason Adams with a road strike zone here at home. And a fan letting Mike Cheek know that he feels that he is pulling an Angel Hernandez impression, which is definitely not a compliment. First pitch squeaks between the legs of Burchard, back to the wall, and another run comes in to score. Trace Burchard let it roll between his legs and then didn't go run to go get it. And an easy run scores there to make it 4-0. Second and third with one out, so the double play out of the equation now for Jacksonville. And a swing and a foul ball. Makes it 1-1 here on Ellis. He's the 8th man to the plate this inning. That all got started with a leadoff walk to Joe Kinker. 2-run home run, Alejandro Figueiredo. Bunt single, walk on a close 3-2 pitch. A strikeout, a catcher's interference that erased the second out of the inning. Another close pitch called ball 4, loading the bases and pushing in a run, and then another run scoring a moment ago. A breaking ball in at the top of the zone for a strike. Second and third, one out. A strikeout here would be at least a little bit of medicine for Mason Adams and the Dolphins if he can get it. Infield comes charging in for this 1-2 pitch to Ellis, and he watches it miss low for ball 2. I don't want to say that FGCU is the kryptonite to Mason Adams, but he has had more trouble than not against the Eagles in his career, now spanning 2 seasons. A very good outing against them here at home last year, but 3 tough outings down in Fort Myers, and this one is not going particularly well here in the 4th. 2-2. And a very delayed strike 3 call on the inner half, and Ellis is out looking for out number 2. So the 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Adams, whose pitch count is up to 74 here on the night. He was working pretty efficiently through the first 3. But this has been a laborious and long inning for him, in which he has walked a pair, walked 3 in fact, and allowed a couple of base hits. Second and third, 2 outs. Here's Ian Farrow, the 9th man to the plate, and he takes a fastball in the outer half for a strike. Farrow today 0 for 2, striking out and grounding out so far here. The 76th pitch of the game from Adams coming in the 4th. And it is grounded slowly to the left side. Charging, Grabsky throws on to first and beats Farrow by a step for out number 3. Dolphins strand a couple of men in scoring position, but FGCU scores 4. And lead 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner. Top of the order due up for Jacksonville in the bottom of the fourth inning. JU now trailing 4-0 to FGCU. Jason Woodward, after a long stretch on the bench, back out there, and he starts things off with a breaking ball that misses high and away to Malloy, who is 0 for 1 here tonight, was at the plate when Grabsky was caught stealing to end the third. He struck out in his first at-bat here of the night. 1-0. And that one misses high. Eagles have already gone through the order 3 times here this evening. Jacksonville just now starting to go through for the second time. But they went through the order 1 whole time just this top inning alone. Fastball swung on and missed, makes it 2-1. Figueredo at the edge of the infield grass down at third. They're deeper to the right side of the infield. Straight up in the outfield as the 2-1 comes in. And Malloy takes a look at that, a low strike called. Makes it 2-2. Woodward with his size, his 17-inch glove out there on the mound, and he delivers a flare into right that falls down, takes a wicked hop on Povey, who sticks the glove out and snags it.
Now batting, Dolphins left fielder
He holds Malloy to a single, and that is just the second hit of the game for Jacksonville. Both teams just 2 hits. Difference is FGCU is taking advantage of some miscues and lead 4-0. Here's Jonah Diaz. Dolphins had the leadoff man on for the second consecutive inning, trying to make it work a little better for him this time around. And we'll see if Malloy ends up in motion at any point. 16 stolen bases on the year, tied for the team high. First pitch he sees, Diaz backed off the plate on a big looping breaking ball that ran in on the lefty. Fastball high and away. Two balls, no strikes here to Diaz. There's a runner at first. And no one out. No sign of Malloy moving yet. Now they throw over to check on him for the first time. He dives back in safely. Malloy reestablishes that lead, and the pitch in at the knees for a strike makes it 2-1 to Diaz, who struck out looking his first time up. Took an inside fastball on a 3-2 count. Two-one fouled back into the netting. Woodward over 60 pitches now on the game. He is at 61 with that last. And another foul ball knocked straight back. That ball rocketed off the back of Diaz right there off the top of the wall behind home plate. Jonah putting some good swings on it, just still trying to straighten one out here. He fouled off quite a few in his first at-bat, sending him all to the left side, so he's been just a little off here in these swings thus far. Jacksonville, coming off of one of its longer stretches without playing a game this year, off for finals week this week, so haven't played since Sunday. First time the Dolphins haven't had a midweek since the beginning of the month. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Waved at a changeup, and he is struck out twice now here in this ball game. And Woodward up to 5 Ks on the day.
Now batting, Dolphins first baseman, Christian Coipel.
Runner at first, 1 out for Christian Coipel, a ground-out victim his first time up. Coipel got the runs going against FGCU early and often in those games down in Fort Myers as he takes the first pitch at the bottom of the zone for a strike. He finished the series with 5 RBI, had 2 in the series opener on Friday night, came back with 3 on Saturday. Two of his team best 9 multi-RBI games of the year, and a big reason why he is leading this team with 37 driven in this season, a new career high as they check on Malloy twice in a row, and he is back in safely. Leppy also 10 multi-hit games this season. That matches his career best total from last year. 0-1 pitch, and he sends that one foul to the left side. He had never recorded more than 3 hits in a game until this season. Heck, until last weekend when he had 5 on Saturday, a perfect 5 for 5. The one of those coming in bizarre fashion as he took out his teammate Jesus Pacheco on a hard liner running to second base. And unfortunately, that was recorded on the play, but he got the hit. 0-2. Woodward tries to get Coipel to chase away. Malloy still at first. Has not attempted to run yet here in either the Diaz at-bat or this Coipel one. Woodward keeping a close eye on him. 1-2 pitch off the end of the bat. A little floater toward shallow left center. Head going back from short, and he squeezes it for out number 2.
Now batting for the Dolphins.
So Jacksonville has not managed to move the runner up here yet. Leadoff single for the second straight inning, but it's up to Blake DeLamiler to try to make sure Jacksonville doesn't squander it, or at least extend these opportunities for JU to get on the board for the first time here in the bottom of the 4th and respond to that 4 spot put up by FGCU in the top half of this frame. DeLamiler 0 for 1. Popped out to short his first time up. And he takes a breaking ball low to start. Coach Hayes flashing those signs in between each pitch to both DeLamiler and Malloy. Malloy shuffles the feet and reestablishes that lead. Decent-sized one down at first, and they throw over again. No tag applied by Kinker. And DeLamiler fouls one off Rodriguez behind the plate. Took it right off the mask. Makes it 1-1. Rodriguez showed off the arm the last inning, catching a man stealing. Jacksonville has not tried to run here this time. Breaking ball catches the outside corner to DeLamiler, makes it 1-2. We've got a couple finals in the A-Sun already to report here tonight. Bellarmine 7-6 winners in 13 innings at home over Eastern Kentucky. knocking off the West Division leading Colonels. And then North Florida 3-0 winners at Kennesaw State. Or excuse me, at home against Kennesaw State. Big win for the Ospreys. 1-2. And it is high with a slider. 2 balls, 2 strikes to DeLameler. Runner at first, Chase Malloy, who singled to right to start the inning. Ever since then, it's been strikeout, pop out. Jacksonville has yet to put a man in scoring position here tonight against Woodward. Two-two, pitch down and outside for ball 3, and the runner took off Malloy after backhanding it. Rodriguez had to throw kind of sidearm late. He one-hopped the throw into Sartori, and Malloy safe in at second base with his 17th steal of the year. So he is in scoring position with a full count on DeLameler. The pitch is ball 4 high. And a walk to Blake puts runners at first and second with 2 outs. And it's up to Tommy Joseph to keep it going.
Now batting Dolphin, designated hitter, Tommy Joseph.
Joseph, first pitch he sees, changeup, outside, called strike 1. Joseph struck out his first time up to conclude an 8-pitch at-bat. And another pitch on the outer edge for a strike, a heater to Joseph, makes it 0-2. Joseph watching a couple of pitches, falls behind. And I think Mike Cheek just came out and said a word to Brad Wilkerson, the third base coach. Perhaps Wilkie commenting on the strike zone there. 0-2 pitch. And that one very close to where that first pitch strike was called, but this time called a ball outside. 1-2 here on Joseph. 2 on, 2 out. Jacksonville trying to get on the board here in the bottom of the 4th, trailing 4-0. Woodward delivers, and Joseph slices it foul left side. Fastball high, and Joseph has worked the count back even. Chase Malloy with that last stolen base, his 17th of the year. That is the most steals in a single season for a Jacksonville Dolphin now since 2015, when Angelo Amendolara went a perfect 20 for 20 on the base paths. He topped Corey Heffron, who had 16 steals in 2019. Jacksonville had a team 75 steals that year. Dolphins closing in on that number with 73 now after that Malloy swipe. 2-2 pitch, and that one runs low. So Joseph has worked the count full. Next pitch for Woodward is his 80th, and we are in the bottom of the 4th. Big pitch here with 2 on and 2 out. Woodward comes home, and Joseph strikes out swinging on an elevated fastball away. Jason Woodward picks up his sixth strikeout of the ball game, and the Dolphins lead 2.
Founded in 1905.
We head to the 5th inning here at John Sessions Stadium. It is 4-0. FGCU leading Jacksonville. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner. At John Sessions Stadium during the in-between inning break, you might remember Jacksonville third base coach and assistant coach Brad Wilkerson was voicing his frustration with the strike zone there in that bottom of the 4th inning and letting home plate umpire Mike Cheek hear about it. Well, he had a few more words for Cheek as he made his way to the dugout, and Cheek tossed him. So Wilkerson ejected. Jacksonville will need a new third base coach for the remainder of this game. And we start the 5th inning with FGCU leading 4-0, and Mason Adams back out there. First pitch swinging, Joe Kinker flies it down the right field line. Long run for DeLamiler into foul territory, but that one lands on top of the turtle netting down in front of the bullpen. "77 pitches for Adams, and he comes back with a ball right at the bottom of the zone. And again, all that anyone is asking for is a little consistency there. That pitch being called a strike on the other side, and for some reason, Mason Adams is just not getting the same benefit of the doubt. 1-1 pitch. And another slider close at the bottom of the zone, called ball 2. So it's 2-0 to Kinker, who walked to start off that big 4th inning for the Eagles. Came home to score on the Figueredo 2-run home run. 2-1 swung on and missed. Took something off that one. Adams up to 3 strikeouts here on the day after he fanned 2 last inning. And he's trying to sit down the leadoff man here to start the 5th. Two. Low for ball 3. And this is what's been a little uncharacteristic. Now, part of it is Adams has gotten squeezed on a few pitches, but there have been enough other ones that have just been a lack of execution at times for Adams. 3-2. That one swung on and missed. Gets away from Burchard, but Burchard can't get back to the wall to pick it up in time. And Kinker reaches on a dropped third strike.
Eagles third baseman, Alejandro Figueiredo.
Jacksonville has gotten a fair share of outs here that have not counted as outs tonight, and that's another one. So the fourth strikeout of the ballgame for Mason Adams, but he reaches. And a pop-up foul territory off the bat of Figueiredo. Oh, and 1 here on Figueiredo, who's been on base twice today. He is walked and homered. And he grounds this one hard but foul to the left side, makes it 0-2. Kinker at first, 0-2 here on Figueiredo. Adams' pitch count over 80 now here on the night at 84. His next is his 85th. Dolphins would love a double play ball here, and Figueiredo figures as a candidate. Fastball misses high. He is grounded into 3 twin killers this year, tied for second most on the team. But Figueiredo, the top hitter on this team, a tough out as he goes way down to get a piece of a low pitch in the zone to foul it off and stay alive. Enters tonight's game batting .388 on the year. That's up to .392 now. Another guy making a push here for all-conference honors. Man, the first-team all-conference third base is set to be a heck of a matchup between Figueiredo and Cash Young at Kennesaw State. 1-2 pitch, grounded down toward third, fielded by Grabsky. Tosses on to second, relay throw from Pacheco on to first, and there it is, just what the doctor ordered, a 5-4-3 double play for the first 2 outs of the inning.
And that was a double tree, double play. Now batting for the Eagles. Catcher.
Base is empty now. 2 outs for Alejandro Rodriguez, who dropped down a bunt his last time up. Grabsky still playing fairly deep down at third. And the first pitch, a slider right on the outside corner, called ball 1. Well, what probably started off as a unfairly small strike zone has now turned into a vengeance-fueled small strike zone for Mike Cheek. And the 1-0 is called a strike at the bottom of the zone. Rodriguez, a middle infielder and catcher for the Eagles, stands in and faces the 1-1, a high fastball. This is probably the most out of sorts we have seen Mason Adams here at home this season. He is a guy who has absolutely dominated here in this ballpark this year. It all started on opening night when he struck out 10 in just 4 2/3. 2-1 pitch, and that is grounded foul into the Jacksonville dugout. He got the win against Troy in 6 innings, in which he scattered 8 hits, allowing 3 runs, striking out 11. Went 8 against Butler the following week to earn the win with 13 strikeouts, matching the single-game school record. Ground ball down to third. Gobbled up by Grabsky between the legs, and he pats the glove twice before throwing on to first. And plenty of time for round number 3. So a couple of ground balls to Jackson Grabsky help erase a leadoff base runner. And for the first time since the first, Mason Adams faces the minimum. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Dolphin offense tries to get something going. Trace Burchard leading it off when we return. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner.
At the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute, we are dedicated to providing you state-of-the-art rehabilitation and physical.
He comes in for Trace Burchard in the lineup, and I imagine will stay in the game to catch. So Berg, the lefty, coming off the bench with the chance to try and spark this Jacksonville offense that has put the leadoff man on each of the last 2 innings, but has nothing to show for it against Jason Woodward, who is back out throwing his 81st pitch of the night, and it is a first pitch strike at the belt to Berg. Fastball high and away makes it 1-1. Berg appearing for Jacksonville for the 29th time this season, hitting .242 in his sophomore campaign. And Berg checks his swing on a close pitch called ball 2. Some action in the FGC bullpen down the right field line as Berg fouls the 2-1 pitch back into the netting. As Woodward's pitch count continues to get up there, they're probably hoping for at least 1, if not 2 more innings from their Friday night starter, who again has gone at least 6 each of his last 2 outings after a stretch of short ones in the middle of the year. Head coach Chris Hayes, by the way, has taken over as the third base coach in the wake of Brad Wilkerson being ejected. 2-2 pitch, and Berg lays off a check swing high fastball away, excuse me. Full count to Berg to lead off the bottom of the 5th. Woodward comes home. And a swing and a miss. Man, Jason Woodward has had what it takes every time his back has been against the wall here tonight. He is now struck out 3 Dolphins in full counts. And he has collected 7 total Ks here on the night. Here is Jesus Pacheco with the bases empty and 1 out. The Jacksonville second baseman has one of Jacksonville's 2 hits here today. He singled to start the 3rd for First pitch he sees, fastball low, ball one. Oh no, a late called strike, excuse me, on a low pitch. Oh, 1. And Pacheco belts it out toward the left center field gap. On the run, Ellis, a sliding stop in the outfield, and he holds on for the catch. Brian Ellis coming down with a hit-stealing snag in center of Jesus Pacheco for round number 2.
For the Dolphins, third baseman, Jackson Grabski.
2 down for the Dolphins in the 5th, and here comes Jackson Grabski. First pitch swinging, Grabski line shot to second base, but a leaping catch made by Sartori. And the Dolphins put away quickly in the 5th. Woodward faces the minimum. And Jacksonville trails 4-0, as we head to the 6th. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner. Mason Adams back out to start the 6th for Jacksonville. He has allowed 4 runs on just 2 hits so far here tonight. It's 4-0 FGCU. 90 pitches on the night for Adams, who, he gutted his way through 5 down in Fort Myers, and he appears ready to try and gut his way through 6 here tonight. And hopefully set things up for the back half of the bullpen, and really hopefully set things up for an offense to come alive here in the latter few innings. Jacksonville has mustered next to nothing off of Jason Woodworth here tonight, who has allowed just 2 hits all night long, and the Dolphins have not had a base runner advance past second base and only did that once. Leading things off for FGCU, Harrison Povey, the right fielder, and he takes inside ball 1. Jake Berg stays in the ball game and catching. Everything else remains the same for Jacksonville here as we begin the 6th. Closing in on the 2-hour mark here on this Friday night. Adams gets a called strike on the inside corner. 1-1 on the lefty swinging Povey, who is 0 for 1 today with a walk and a run scored back in the 4th. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. Povey scored on the pass ball. There was a good old-fashioned tip your cap. 2 runs scored and 2 that were cheapies in that inning. 1-2 pitch sent the other way out into left field. A little bit of a late jump on it for Diaz, but he's able to sprint his way down to shallow left in time to make the catch for out number 1. And that ball coming off the bat, going the other way, sometimes a little bit challenging to pick up. And, of course, Diaz still somewhat new to the corner outfield position, an infielder by trade coming in. But he has adapted quite well in his freshman season. Here's Stephen Wilmer, the DH. The switch-hitting Wilmer swings through the first pitch for strike one. He has flown out to right field and then struck out in an at-bat that he was asked to sacrifice the runners over with 2 on and no one out a couple innings ago. Adams tries to work the low outside corner, doesn't get the call. Berg froze up, ready to throw that one back. He was waiting for the strike call that never came. Needless to say, Mike Cheek is not the most popular guy in the building here tonight. 1-1 pitch. Right at the bottom of the zone again, called ball 2. Two-one from Adams, and that is fought off the other way. Slow roller, barehanded by Grabsky, rockets across the diamond, but Wilmer beats it out. An infield single in which he was sawed off. And it's just been that kind of night for Mason Adams and the Dolphins. You execute a great pitch, a guy barely hit the baseball, and it ends up just in the right place at the right time to lead to a hit. Whereas Jacksonville, last half inning, 2 unbelievably well-hit baseballs, nothing to show for it. The game can be cruel. Here is Logan Sartori. He reached on a catcher's interference his last time up. He's 0 for 1 on the evening. Runner at first, 1 out, 4-0 FGCU in the 6th. First pitch, and that one gets through the legs of Jake Berg back to the wall. And the runner moves up 90. And it has not been a banner night for the Jacksonville catchers. Third pass ball of the evening between the two catchers combined. Man in scoring position for FGCU here in the 6th. 1 out. The 100th pitch of the night from Mason Adams, and it's fouled off. Long hold for Adams, and then he steps off. Not sure if he wasn't getting the signs he was looking for or just took a little too long for the comfort zone to maintain, so he steps out and then delivers, and a foul ball, and there have been quite a few hit into the terrace here tonight. Now 1-2 here on Sartori. Runner at second. 1 out. One-two pitch is ripped foul left side. Sartori's put some good swings on it here tonight. Nothing to really show for it yet. I mean, he sent one a long way down the left field line in his first at-bat that ended up off the wall but foul by about a foot or so. And he is making Mason Adams work for this second out of the inning, if he can get it. Another 1-2. And a ground ball hit down to the left side. Busy night for Grabsky, who vacuums that one up off the dirt, looks the runner back to second, and throws on to first in time for the second out.
Florida Gulf Coast. Short
2 outs for Bobby Head, who reached on a walk his last time up. He's 0 for 1. Top of the order waiting on deck for FGCU. Wilmer still at second base after the infield single in the pass ball advanced him into scoring position. Runs have only scored in 1 inning thus far here tonight. First pitch swinging, and Head flies one down, right field line, but no chance for DeLamler to get over there in time. Boy, Blake has run a long distance for not a whole lot of payoff here tonight. He lost his hat and his sunglasses en route to that baseball that landed a good 12 to 15 feet foul in front of him. Head hitting 198. The 0-1 from Adams. His 105th pitch of the night is a breaking ball down and away. Final inning here, more than likely for Mason Adams, who is trying to go 6 innings. Something that he has managed more often than not here this season. Only 3 outings, less than 6. 1-1 pitch, and Head rockets one out to right field on the run. DeLamler, it's over his head and off the wall. Wilmer rounds third and scores. DeLamler having a hard time picking it up. Now gets it in, and Bobby Head, with his 5th double of the year, drives in his 11th run of the season and makes it 5-0 FGCU.
Batting for the Eagles,
An opposite field double for Bobby Head. First run scored since the 4th for the Eagles. And they continue to put pressure on Jacksonville, adding to the advantage. An offensive team who continues, whether at home or on the road, to find ways to do what they do best, and that is hit the baseball. Man, Jacksonville has faced a couple of really tough lineups here these last 2 weeks. Still a man in scoring position for Ellis at the top of the order, who takes a slider inside ball 1. Adams tries to paint the outside corner but doesn't get the call. 2-0 to Ellis. Well, the ASUN leaders in RBI continuing to add to their total. FGCU came into today with 337 runs driven in. That is almost 100 more than the next closest team in the league. A swing and a miss on a changeup away makes it 2-1. Eastern Kentucky and Liberty both came into tonight with 250 on the year. I mean, this team, which won the ASUN South Division last year, and then, of course, had its season memorably cut short in the ASUN Baseball Championship by Jacksonville in the quarterfinal series, is out for some blood this season. 2-1 pitch, grounded to the right side, right at Coypel. He scoops, takes it himself. Inning comes to a close. But FGCU tacks on one more thanks to Bobby Head's RBI double. It's 5-0. Eagles leading it as we head to the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner.
These days.
5-0 FGCU leading Jacksonville here on this Friday night. 4 in the 4th, 1 in the 6th. For the Eagles, it's the bottom of the 6th inning, and Jacksonville's Cam Ridley coming to the plate. Jason Woodward back out for the Eagles here to start the 6th. First pitch swinging, Ridley with a fly ball out into right center field. Ellis giving way to the right fielder, Povey, who settles underneath and makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out for Woodward, who just threw his 90th of the night. Back to the top of the order for just the 3rd time here today, and Chase Malloy, who has one of Jacksonville's 2 hits here on the evening. First pitch to Malloy is a fastball called a strike at the knees. A quick inning here, and you figure Woodward gets a chance to go back out for the 7th. Fly ball down the right field line, foul, makes it 0-2 on Malloy, who struck out in the 1st, singled in the 4th, stole second base, but was left there, the only Dolphin to advance into scoring position thus far here tonight. Woodward pitched against the Dolphins in relief a couple of times last year and was quite successful. He buries one down in the dirt to make it 1-2. He threw 4 innings of 1-run, 3-hit relief with 6 strikeouts on May 8th here at John Sessions Stadium last year in a 7-5 FGCU win. And then in the 7-3 win over the Dolphins in the 2nd game of that 3-game quarterfinal series as Malloy fouls another one off. He threw 3 2/3 innings of scoreless relief with 4 strikeouts, allowing just 2 hits. So Woodward, really the only blip in his performances against Jacksonville so far this season was earlier this year, in which he just had a little trouble with command, walking quite a few guys. Malloy reaches the bat down and pokes one foul. Woodward keeps trying to work the breaking ball away, but Malloy doing a nice job just to get a piece and stay alive. Base is empty, 1 out, 5-0 FGCU in the bottom of the 6th. Another 1-2 to the Jacksonville leadoff man. And that's a foul ball down the right field line. So he's fouled off 3 in a row. "96 pitches for Woodward, who got Ridley on the first pitch of the inning. Another 1-2 and another breaking ball that is spoiled by Malloy. Doing a nice job here, battling and working for his pitch. Jacksonville has had just 3 base runners here all night long. Or 4, excuse me. And a very close fastball on the outside edge called ball 2. A take that was good because it worked out for Malloy. I'm not quite sure that was necessarily a good take if you're looking at it on the old Yakkertech system. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Malloy tipped it in and out of the mitt of Rodriguez behind the plate, and he is still alive, having fouled off 5 pitches in this at-bat. Next pitch is the 10th of the plate appearance. This is the 100th pitch of the ballgame for Jason Woodward. So much for that quick inning. He comes home, and Malloy fouls another one off. And guess what? He spoils another one, knocking it backward. 7 pitches fouled off by Malloy. He has seen 11 so far in this at-bat. We're not quite to some of the longest in history there, but he takes ball 3 low, and we have a full count. So a 12, soon to be 13 pitch at-bat. Woodward sets and delivers, and Malloy knocks another one back into the netting. The 8th pitch he has fouled off in this trip to the plate. And the 13th he's seen overall. Woodward with a deep breath. A long AB here late in his outing, and he comes home with a 3-2 and just put a little extra mustard on that fastball. And Malloy swings and misses for strikeout number 8 for Woodward here tonight, and it's the second out of the 6th.
The Dolphins left fielder, Jonah Diaz.
So here is Jonah Diaz. Diaz 0 for 2 with a pair of punch-outs today. Bases empty, 2 gone, 5-0. Jacksonville trails in the bottom of the 6th, and a first pitch off speed, swung on and missed. Woodward looking for an exclamation point on what has been a dominant outing to this point. A chopper up the middle, long run in for the shortstop Head, whose only play was to try and barehand it, but he could not field it cleanly. And Jonah Diaz with an infield single, and the Dolphins have a base runner here in the bottom of the 6th. A Baltimore chop like we saw a handful of times on that trampoline field that they have up at Kennesaw State last weekend, where every ball hit down in the dirt seemed to bounce about 20 feet in the air. And that one went right over the head of Woodward up the gut. And Diaz on for the first time here today. Brings up Christian Coypel. Runner at first, 2 outs. First pitch is a little high and outside for ball 1 to Coypel, who checked his swing. Leppy today 0 for 2 with a ground out and a pop out. Jacksonville just needs a little bit of something to feel good about themselves. Woodward back to the stretch. His 1-0 pitch, and it is high and away. That infield single ended a streak of 6 in a row sat down. And 8 of the last 9 for Woodward. And only the 3rd hit allowed this game for the FGCU starter. Hard shift onto the right side, and Coypel slices one high in the air left side. Figueiredo giving it a cursory glance, but it lands way foul into the terrace. Two and one on the Jacksonville 3-hole hitter. Head coach Chris Hayes down at third base, coaching third for the first time since the 2019 season. But that is a position he's very comfortable in, having done it for much of his career. 2-1, and that is fouled back. Ever since he came back to Jacksonville as the associate head coach in 2014, he coached third and ran the offense, and he still runs the offense, but he moved into the dugout about halfway through the 2019 season, saying that he just felt like he needed to get a better feel for the guys as the head coach and be around them more, and it's harder to do it when you're spending half the time out on the field. A swing and a miss on a breaking ball down to the dirt. Picked up by Rodriguez. Throws down to first in plenty of time. And the 9th strikeout of the night for Jason Woodward, which for Woodward is a new season high, ends the inning stranding a man at first base. It's 5-0 FGCU as we head to the 7th. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner. Carver takes over on the mound for Jacksonville, replacing Mason Adams. Adams' night is done. 6 innings for Adams, and he gutted through those 6 innings. Was not his smoothest of performances here tonight, but you know Mason's going to give you max effort in an outing. He's not going to succumb early if he can avoid it. He allows 5 runs, 4 earned on 4 hits, striking out 4, walking 4, and hitting 1 here tonight. Carver sets and deals his first pitch to Ian Farrow is a called strike on the outside edge. Farrow 0 for 3 here tonight. Carver making his 12th appearance of the year out of the bullpen. And the next pitch runs inside on the righty Farrow for ball 1. Carver this season, 11 innings pitched, 12 hits allowed, 6 runs, 15 strikeouts, and just 2 walks. 1-1 pitch, and he tries to get it on the outside corner, but it misses away. Ball 2. And he locates on the low inside corner to Farrow to even up the count at 2 apiece. Boy, if you told me the top 3 in the FGCU order would be hitless into the 7th inning, I would have told you that Jacksonville's doing a pretty good job here tonight. But 5 runs, still haven't given up that many hits. A lot of self-inflicted wounds, some tough breaks as a foul ball back into the netting. Keeps it 2-2. And another foul ball out of play to the left side. So Farrow battling here with Carver in the top of the 7th inning of a 5-0 ball game that the Eagles are leading. And Farrow ropes one out to deep left field, and it is off the wall, fielded by Diaz. Farrow cruising in to second base, and cruising maybe a little too much into second base, but he does get in just ahead of the throw, and he's got a leadoff double here to start the seventh.
Now batting Florida Gulf Coast, first baseman.
Third extra base hit of the ball game for FGCU. 3 of their 5 have been extra base hits, a pair of doubles and a homer. And here is Joe Kinker. That is the first hit of the ball game for a top 3 hitter in this FGCU lineup. So I jinxed it a moment ago. Here's Kinker. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. First pitch he sees is a low outside fastball. Farrow in scoring position. Eagles added 1 last inning. Have their sights set on it again here. And a breaking ball misses down and in to make it 2-0. Kinker's average now sitting at .286. He grounded out to second in his first at-bat. Struck out his last time up. .2-0 right down Broadway for a strike. That double by Farrow, his 7th of the year, and his 18th extra base hit. Foul ball sprayed off to the right side, makes it 2-2 to Kinker. This FGCU group, we talked about how effective they are as far as the RBIs are concerned. They also lead the A-Sun in slugging percentage entering tonight's game at a .487 number. That was their 91st team double of the year as Carver spins off the rubber and looks the runner back to second. They have 91 doubles, 6 triples, and 59 homers this year. Two-two pitch. A breaking ball and a beautiful one from Jack Carver that was so good that Mike Cheek couldn't call it a strike. It fooled Kinker and it fooled the home plate umpire. Full count. Farrow with a good-sized lead down at second base. Here's the payoff pitch. And it is ball 4, ruled inside to Kinker, who draws a walk. So double and walk.
Batting for the Eagles, third baseman, Alejandro Figueredo.
And that brings up Alejandro Figueredo, who got all the scoring started back in the 4th with his 2-run home run, his 8th of the season. He is tied for 3rd on the team with runs batted in with 44. But, man, there are a lot of guys who have done some serious damage with RBIs. And it's because the guys at the top of the order set the table, and the guys after that knock them in. Figueredo with 2 on and nobody out, and I doubt they're asking him to bunt here. First pitch down in the dirt, blocked by Berg. Figueredo does have 3 sacrifice flies this season, as the Eagles have 16 of those as a team compared to just the 4 sacrifice hits. Carver's 1-0. And it's a low called strike. Fastball at the bottom of the zone. It's entered coin flip territory now, whether or not that pitch is going to be called a strike or not. Carver with a long look to second, comes home with the 1-1, runs a fastball outside. Figueredo and the Eagles eyeing an opportunity to blow this game open in the 7th. 2-1 pitch. Figueredo with a line shot down the left field line that rolls all the way out to the left field corner. Farrell comes around to score. Holding up at third, Joe Kinker, and a 1-run double for Figueredo, who drives in his third of the game and makes it 6-0. Figueredo with his
for the Eagles, catcher,
16th double of the season. And Carver having a tough time of it since entering out of the bullpen here in the 7th. Runners at second and third, still nobody out for Alejandro Rodriguez, who's 1 for 3. The pitch misses low. One-oh pitch. Rodriguez tardy, chasing away. Ball and a strike here on the catcher for FGCU. Joe Kinker clapping his hands, standing down at third base. And the pitch, a little low for ball 2. Jack Carver, 20 pitches here in this outing thus far. Still in search of the first out of the inning. Infield comes in. 2-1 pitch. And that is sent over the head of the leaping second baseman Pacheco. And an RBI single for Rodriguez makes it 7-0. That's a ball that Pacheco may have had a chance at if he had been at regular depth, but pulling the infield in to try and keep the run from scoring, and Rodriguez does his part, just pokes it the other way, and he drives in his first of the night and 46th of the year. Now tied for the team high in runs driven in. Here is Harrison Povey. First pitch to the lefty, and it's a breaking ball inside. Well, this is the first left-handed bat that Carver has had a chance to face off against since entering here this inning. We'll see if the southpaw can get him. 1-0 is in for a strike called. Carver works down and in, and it is ball 2. Runners at the corners with no one out. A 2-spot here for FGCU, their second crooked number of the night in the 7th, and they are thinking more. 2-1 pitch is a breaking ball that is drilled out to deep right field. DeLamiler watches it go over the scoreboard. A 3-run homer for Harrison Povey, his 12th of the year. And the Eagles have hit double-figure runs scored with 10.
Designated hitters, Stephen Wilmer.
Bases are now clear again. Still nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning, and Stephen Wilmer, the DH, flips around. Well, he was flipping around to bat right-handed, but I think he's wearing the wrong helmet. Or is he being pinch hit for? He is indeed being pinch hit for here by Luis Rodriguez. And as soon as he gets announced, Jacksonville head coach Chris Hayes makes his way out, and Jack Carver with his head down. Just a tough outing for the sophomore here today.
Stephen Wilmer. For Florida
so Jacksonville makes a pitching change, trailing 10-0 here in the top of the 7th. We'll let you know who the new arm is when we return. Nobody out. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner.
At T-Mobile, we believe in putting people first by treating them right. So we're upping the benefits without upping the price. Introducing Magenta Max. Now with unlimited premium data that can't slow down based on how much smartphone data you use. Plus get Netflix on us. Right now, pay zero cost to switch. And bring your phone. We'll pay it off up to $650. Only at T-Mobile.
Activate up to 4K or video streams at 480p. Up to 40 gigs high-speed tethering. $650 via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. SIM and support charges waived. Receive Netflix standard with 2 lines.
These days, it's more important than ever to have a partner who puts safety at the forefront. A partner who understands what you're up against. A partner you can count on to get you what you need when you need it. That's why United Rentals is here for you. Combining safety, equipment, expertise, and data to help your team get the job done. United Rentals. We're here to help with the equipment and tools you need. For the store nearest you, visit UnitedRentals.com or call 1-800-UR-RENTS.
Richard Long takes over on the mound, replacing Jack Carver here in the top of the 7th inning. It's 10-0. FGCU leading Jacksonville here on this Friday night. And Long enters the ball game, making his 8th appearance of his freshman campaign, the Orange Park native. And he works the first one in for a called strike to the pinch hitter, Luis Rodriguez, hitting for Stephen Wilmer in the DH spot. Rodriguez takes down and away, ball 1. Long quickly back to work, first base side of the rubber, and locates in at the knees for a strike. 1-2. The pitch, and it is fouled off to the right side. Rodriguez hitting .265, his 35th game he's appeared in. He has been a regular in the lineup in the middle infield this season for FGCU. Not starting here tonight, however, as he takes ball too high. He's a transfer from Dyersburg State. And he smokes one through the hole at short into left. A single for Rodriguez off the bench. This inning has gone double, walk, double, single, homer. Pitching change, single.
Second baseman, Logan Sartori.
5 runs so far have come in to score for FGCU. They are continuing to pad those gaudy offensive numbers. Here is Logan Sartori, who has really yet to get in on the action here tonight. He's 0 for 2. And he checks his swing on a first pitch fastball for a strike. Runner at first, no one out. 10-0 FGCU in the top of the 7th inning. Oh, 1 misses high. One pitch, And that one goes off the top of the glove of Berg and bounces back to the wall. And another pass ball and another run moves into scoring position as Rodriguez scoots up 90. 2-1, the count moves in favor of Sartori. Long making his 8th appearance of the year, 10 2/3 innings pitched. Now 14 hits allowed, 7 runs, 6 earned, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks on the season. 2-1 pitch. And he works it off speed in the inner half for a strike. 2-2 to Sartori. Runner at second base. No one out yet here in the top of the 7th. Sartori is the 7th man to the plate. 2-2. And Sartori ropes one into left. That one hops to Diaz. They put the stop sign up at third base for Rodriguez. And Sartori with a single as the hit parade continues for FGCU here in the 7th.
Florida Gulf Coast shortstop, Bobby Head.
Eagles went from just 4 hits in this ballgame entering this inning to 6 hits this inning. How about that? Here is Bobby Head. He doubled his last time up driving in a run. That was last inning and was stranded at second base when it was all said and done. First pitch runs outside a slider. Runners at the corners with no one out in this top of the 7th inning. And a swing and a miss evens the count at 1. Scoreboard check around the A-Sun. Earlier finals tonight, Bellarmine 7-6 winners over Eastern Kentucky in the West Division in 13 innings at home. Jacksonville State wins 13-8 on the road at North Alabama. 1-1 swung on and missed. And then Central Arkansas currently up 5-2 on the road at Lipscomb in the top of the 7th inning. Central Arkansas EKU entered tonight atop the standings in the West, with Jacksonville State and Lipscomb just a game back. 1-2, backs head up off the plate. He ends up falling down to his knees. Now 2-2. Long sets. And his pitch is down and outside, full count. On the eastern side, North Florida with a big win over Kennesaw State earlier tonight. So KSU falls to 13-6 in the A-Sun. UNF improves to 7-12. If this score holds, then Jacksonville and UNF again tied, with UNF holding the tiebreaker. 3-2 is fouled back. Liberty and Stetson tied at 1 in the top of the 11th down in DeLand. Flames with a win would move into a tie with Kennesaw State at the top of the division. Another payoff pitch here to Head. And he grounds one down toward short. Charging out of Malloy. Fields flips underhand onto second. Relay throw on to first in time. And a double tree double play for the first 2 outs of the inning as Rodriguez comes home to score.
Double tree double play. Now
2 outs and the base is empty as for the second time here tonight, FGCU is batted around in an inning, first in the 4th, now here in the 7th. First pitch, a little low into Ellis for ball 1. Brian Ellis 0 for 3 here tonight, was hit by a pitch back in the 3rd. The 1-0. Grounded down to second base. Waiting on it. Pacheco fields at the edge of the outfield grass. Throws on to first. And the 7th inning comes to a close. FGCU adds 6 and lead 11-0. It's time to stand and stretch. Here at John Sessions Stadium, you're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner. Top of the 8th inning, Jacksonville trailing 11-0 to FGCU. Some defensive changes here this half inning. A new a new center fielder, Clayton Hodges. He takes over for Cam Ridley. New right fielder, Ethan Campbell, who stays in the game. And TJ Kerr takes over at first base, with Connor Holtz entering the ball game to pitch for Jacksonville. Holtz, the sophomore from St. John's, a redshirt freshman, from Creekside, who appeared in just 3 games last year before suffering a season-ending arm injury. Struck out 1 in his 2/3 of an inning in his collegiate debut. All in total last year, he threw 2/3 of an inning. And getting a chance to appear for the first time here this season. So the lefty, who has good stuff and who Jacksonville was very excited about when he came here. Hopefully for him, this is the start of a comeback effort for him on the mound. Leading things off for FGCU, Ian Farrow, who doubled his last time up, 1 for 4. The lefty Holtz kicks and fires, and his first pitch, a breaking ball, misses down and in. Holtz, a guy who can play both outfield and pitch, worked in the outfield the majority of the fall this year. 1-0. And he bends in a breaking ball that misses low. 2 balls, no strikes to Farrow. We'll see if FGCU starts emptying the bench a little bit here as well, as this one gets a little bit later. 2-0 offering. And a tapper foul. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase a sinking fastball down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Farrow. Holt stood out at Creekside High School in North St. Johns County. Of course, came from some Dolphin lineage down there. Luke Maribel, the athletic director, former head coach of the Knights. Swing and a miss, and Holtz gets Farrow to chase a nasty breaking ball in the inner half. And how about that for Connor Holt's season debut? A strikeout of the first batter he faces.
Eagles first baseman, Joe Kinker.
Holtz, an all-county selection in St. Johns County in 2018, 2019, and 2020. Named to the all-region team in 2020. His first pitch to Joe Kinker. And that one ruled to have missed. Ball 1. Unfortunately, a freshman campaign that was basically over before it started. I mean, he was called out opening weekend in tight games, expected to maybe be a leverage guy in the bullpen. Fastball at the bottom of the zone, called ball 2. But he ended up missing the remainder of the season, had arm surgery right at the tail end of the regular season, actually the postseason ASUN Conference Tournament. He was the guy who was running around with the JU flag after the Dolphins won the conference tournament, as he misses outside, ball 3. And then by the regional, his arm was in a sling. But back healthy now and on the mound again, which is great to see. We'll see if he can bounce back here. Couple of close pitches that haven't gone his way here in this at-bat so far. 3-0 pitch. And that one's a called strike on the outer half. Shift is on against Kinker here, and he takes ball 4 inside, so he walks for the 3rd time here tonight and gives the Eagles a 1-out base runner in the 8th. That brings up Clement hitting for Alejandro Figueredo after replacing him defensively the last half
For the
inning.
Eagles, Corey Clement.
First pitch is in at the bottom of the zone, a breaking ball for a strike. Clement, his 30th game he's appeared in this season. He has just 8 at-bats prior to this one. He's 1 for 8 on the year. He is definitely more of a defensive specialist. Runner at first, 1 out. The 0-1. And that is flown down the right field line, foul. Locates at the outside corner and strikes out Clement looking at an 0-2 pitch. So 2 strikeouts for Connor Holtz. And there are 2 outs here in this 8th. Here is Alejandro Rodriguez, who had to shed the last of his catcher's gear before making his way out to the plate. Runner at first, 2 gone. 11-0 FGCU leading here in the 8th. First pitch in here to Rodriguez, and the righty takes down and in. Ball 1, checked his swing on it. Rodriguez here tonight, a couple of singles, an RBI base knock his last time up. He also bunted his way aboard in the 4th and is coming to score both times. The 1-0. A big breaking ball that catches the outside corner, called ball 1. Seems like the better the pitch is, the less Mike Cheek likes it here tonight. Got a bunch of movement, fooling guys? Nope. Gonna let that one go. 2-0 pitch, and that one gets away from Berg, and the runner moves up 90. And that's ball 4 down and in. Rodriguez walks, another pitch that bounces away from Berg, and so Kinker jogs his way down to 3rd.
Florida Gulf Coast, right fielder, Harrison Povey.
Couple of walks here this inning, a couple of strikeouts for Connor Holtz, and there are runners at the corners with 2 outs. And Harrison Povey set to come to the plate. The umpires have come together, I guess, to confirm that it wasn't a hit-by pitch and it was indeed a wild pitch, which allows for Kinker's advancement to 3rd to stand. So here is Povey. He had a monster home run his last time up, a 3-run shot. Hit it over the scoreboard in right. First pitch, a fastball at the top of the zone for a strike. Holtz trying for his first complete inning of relief in his career. And a bouncing ball right side foul makes it 0-2. Well, this is one of those nights for Jacksonville. You just hope that you can shake it off and be ready to come back tomorrow, because the series still on the line regardless of what the final score is at the end of this one. 0-2 misses high. Coach Hayes says it often. Doesn't matter if the final score is 4-3 or 10-3. A loss is a loss, and you've got to figure out a way to compartmentalize and move forward. This is one of the more humbling losses of the year for JU, and no doubt about that. 1-2 swung on and missed. So Holt strands a couple of runners at the corners while striking out the side, and the Eagles held off the board in the 8th. We go to the bottom half. Jacksonville bringing the bottom third of the order to the plate when we return, trailing 11-0. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner.
And 3 Baptist Health strikeouts.
At the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute,
it off for Jacksonville in the 8th. He's 1 for 2 today. Gus Carter back out for a second inning of work, and he misses down and away with a fastball to start. Bouncing ball left side, up the third baseline, foul. Foul ball off to the right side this time, and it's 0-2. Fastball down and away makes it 1-2 here on Pacheco. Jacksonville has allowed double-digit runs as the 1-2 is hit on the ground right side. Sartori to his left, scoops, fields, and records out number 1 onto first. And that brings up Jackson Grabsky with the bases empty and 1 out.
Jackson Grabsky.
Jacksonville has allowed double-digit runs in now 3 of the last 4 games the Dolphins have played in, giving up 12 last Friday and then 12 last Sunday at Kennesaw State. Now 11 here at home to FGCU. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. The most runs allowed here at home so far this season as the 1-0 pitch is popped up right side, foul territory. Kinker is over, and he makes the catch for out number 2. And that brings up Clayton Hodges.
Now batting for the Dolphins, center fielder, Clayton Hodges.
Jacksonville allowed 13 runs to a Georgia Southern squad back on March the 1st that is ranked in the top 25 now. And certainly seems like they're destined for some big things here this year. And the only other outing that really came this close was 9 runs allowed to High Point as Hodges flies one down the right field line that lands foul by about a foot. But Jacksonville scored 17 in that game. So, if you give up 9 but you score 8 more than your opponent, then it's not really that big of a deal, obviously. The 0-1 here to Hodges, and he chases down and away, 0-2. Base is empty, 2 outs. Jacksonville behind in the scoreboard, 11-0. Here to FGCU. Carter has faced the minimum in the 5 batters he has faced. Hodges breaks that up with a fly ball down to the right field side, and it drops in for a base hit. So Clayton Hodges, the freshman from Episcopal, collects his 3rd hit of his career. And the order turns over again for Chase Malloy. Malloy 1 for 3 with a single and a stolen base in the 4th. That hit for Hodges, just the 4th hit of the ball game for Jacksonville. First pitch swinging and a floater to right field. Povey a couple of steps to his left, and he squeezes it, and the Dolphins are done in the 8th. So we head to the 9th. It is 11-0. FGCU on top. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner. We head to the 9th inning here at John Sessions Stadium. 11-0 FGCU leading Jacksonville. A new left fielder enters the ball game for the Dolphins. Alex Impasamato takes over for Jonah Diaz. Out in left. And then a new pitcher as well for the Dolphins. Leighton Perry replaces Connor Holtz, who throws an inning of scoreless relief. So Leighton Perry makes the freshman, comes out onto the mound, making his 3rd appearance of his career. He's thrown an inning and a 1/3 so far, allowing 3 runs on 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, and a walk. Perry, also an Episcopal School of Jacksonville product. First pitch runs inside, ball 1 on Luis Rodriguez getting a chance to hit for the second time in the designated hitter spot. He singled his first time up. Perry kicks and fires, and a slider at the top of the zone is a strike. Perry 6'2", 195, making his first appearance since the Butler series back on the 6th of March. He goes to the breaking ball and gets a called strike at the bottom of the zone again. 1-2. Rodriguez strikes out looking, and he knew it. He takes a fastball on the inner half, and Perry registers the backward K. Pinch hitter here for FGCU with the bases empty and 1 out. It is Jelani Rogers entering for the Eagles. Hitting in the place of Logan Sartori.
Number 23, Jelani Rogers.
Right-handed swinging Rogers stands in. First pitch swinging. He slaps it down to short. Fielded by Malloy. And his long throw across the diamond pulls Kurt off the bag. But Kurt able to slap the tag on the back of Rogers as he ran by and ensure the out is recorded. Nice play by Kurt over at first. 2 outs. And another pinch hitter here for FGCU. It is Mac Moyes.
Batting for the shortstop, Bobby Head. Eagles number 20, Mac Moyes.
'23rd appearance of the year for Moyes, who takes a strike to start. He is hitting for Bobby Head. Base is empty, 2 outs. Leighton Perry looking for a 1-2-3 inning in relief. And he locates a breaking ball in the inner half for a strike. A couple of young guys getting a chance to show their stuff here late in this one. Lopsided, but it doesn't mean that the pitches still don't count. Perry's a breaking ball down in the dirt and taken by Moyes. A chance to maybe earn an opportunity in a different situation next time if you pitch well. 1-2. Check swing, foul ball off the nub of the bat. Perry comes home with another 1-2 pitch, and that is grooved into left field, and a base knock for Moyes. 2-out single, and the order turns over for the 6th time here tonight. It's a pinch hitter at the top of the order. Jalen Townsend coming in for Brian Ellis.
Batting for the center fielder, Brian Ellis. For Florida Gulf Coast, number 5, Jalen Townsend.
First pitch to Townsend is a swing and a miss. Townsend, 24 games now he has appeared in. He has just 8 at-bats. He's been much more of a pinch runner and defensive guy this season for the Eagles. He bats left-handed with a runner at first and 2 outs, the 0-1. And he fouls that one off to the left side. And again, Perry doing a nice job getting ahead of hitters as he moves ahead in the count 0-2. Perry, a legacy whose grandfather, Rick Sanders, played here from 1968 to 69 and led the team in batting average in 69, hitting .372. 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and Leighton Perry with a pair of strikeouts to bookend a scoreless ninth inning. And we head to the bottom of the ninth. Jacksonville trailing 11-0. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner. 0-1 pitch, and Campbell goes around on a check swing, and he falls behind 0-2. So O'Hara trying to finish things out here for FGCU. Base is empty, 2 outs. Campbell steps out for a moment. Now he's back in. The freshman rests the bat on his right shoulder. 0-2 pitch. And it is strike 3 called on a breaking ball at the top of the zone, and Campbell down on strikes to end the ball game. FGCU 11-0 winners over Jacksonville here tonight, and with the win, the Eagles improved to 27-15 on the year, now 12-7 in the A-Sun. Jacksonville falls to 20-18. Now 7-12 in the A-Sun. Your winning pitcher, Jason Woodward, who improves to 6-3 on the season. Mason Adams takes the loss. He falls to 4-3.
As always, we do ask that you please buckle up. Do be aware of the turbo roundabout and arrive.
So we head into a big game for Jacksonville tomorrow to try and even things up. Did it a week ago. We'll see if they can do it again. Bounce back on a Saturday evening. It is a 7 o'clock first pitch between Jacksonville and FGCU here at John Sessions Stadium, and we'll have the broadcast for you tomorrow then. Signing off from John Sessions, your final score again, FGCU 11, Jacksonville 0.